YouTube! If you missed 2015 modern staple Lingering Souls, well, boy, do I have the deck for you. This is coming to us from Sir Eccles. Got some black-white tokens for us. Sir Eccles has submitted black-white tokens before, but we have a new addition here in the form of Leering Onlooker, which is a 1/3 flyer for 2. You can pay 4 to exile it from your graveyard to make 2 tapped 1/1 black bat creature tokens with flying. Not exactly Lingering Souls, but the idea here is you can discard it to Liliana, or just chump block with it, and then utilize the mana later on in the game. Our token makers here are Legion's Landing, which is a way to fill out the curve, and also, like, a way to kind of pay you off for having a bunch of tokens. You can flip it, get some mana that way, then, the game goes longer, you make some more tokens. Raise the Alarm, the aforementioned Leering Onlooker. Another cool thing is you can sacrifice Leering Onlooker to Rite of Oblivion, which is pretty cool. Only 2 Case of the Gateway Express. I kind of like maybe bumping the number of this up. Like maybe less Onlooker, less Liliana, more cases, but we'll see how this plays out. For the full 4 copies of Wedding Announcement, this is probably just the best token maker. Probably, I would argue this is the best card in the deck. I think that's fair to say. 2 Sorins, 2 Kaya Spirit's Justice. I still have not read this card, and I am not going to read it until we cast it, and then we'll figure it out what it does from there. 2 Virtue of Loyalty. I would like more copies of this, but the 5 mana half is kind of expensive, so 2 feels about right. Emeria's Call, which is just additional lands that are kind of fake lands, and then the Sir Eccles Special, the 1 copy of Secure the Waste. Never leave home without it. Mana base, pretty straightforward. 1 Eiganjo, 1 of each castle, 2 Hives. Nothing too fancy there. Sideboard, we have Emperors. Kind of assume we're going to board this in most of our matchups. The spicy Settle the Wreckage. Love the 1 Settle. This is the perfect number of Settle the Wreckage to play. Anoint with Affliction. Exile comes up. I don't exactly know when Exile comes up. I'm sure maybe chat can figure that out for me. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Reunion, good against Phoenix. Fatal Push for the creature decks. Duress for control. Damping Sphere for Lotus. And Pithing Needle for, I would presume, Lotus, but also against the fairy decks. So that's the deck list. Black-white tokens. Let's see if we can make, I guess we'll call this Lingering Not Souls? We gotta find a better name for that. Anyways, let's play some Magic. Needle beats Sorin. Yeah, Needle's good against Sorin. It's just good against all Planeswalkers, right? Needle is good if your opponent has cards that have an activated ability. What's up, Red Peach? Thank you for the 5-month resub. Welcome back, Peach. Yeah, Pepega reading Kaya. Dude, it's so much Lotus today. So much Lotus. I've had enough of it. I've had enough of these Lotus gamers. Bolt Snap Bolt gifting a sub to 2 subs, 1 stream. Thank you for the gifted sub, Bolt. That is a really based username, by the way. Yeah, can we get a Bedge spam going? Any Bedges? Bolt Snap Bolt gifting another sub to Stork_21. That's definitely a random one. No, Bedge, not Wokage. Tight Concession. Yeah, honestly, if it wasn't a Dono deck, I probably would, but we're never winning this game. Although, hopefully they just kill me this turn so I can move on. Big fan of the Tight Concession, though. It's a ride over to a special? Yeah. Bolt, what'd you want for the poll, by the way? I don't think you... Did you post it in chat? I don't see it. Impulse. Yeah, we have no chance of beating an 0-3. Although I can kill the 0-3 next turn. Oh my goodness. Alright, we got a Bloomhaven poll. It's Bloomborough. It's not even... Why did you say Bloomhaven? That's not even what it is. It's Bloomborough. You don't even know what it is. It's actually Gloomburrow, Gloomhaven. Nobody actually knows what it is. I'll update the poll. How is Bat not an option? Hold on, chat. I have a very important poll for you, alright? And by me, I mean Bolt has a very important poll for you. Alright, poll's up. Hidden strings. This is a very important poll, chat. You need to vote in this poll. I repeat, you need to vote in this poll. The next set is the Junction. Yeah, it's... Well, no. I thought they were having... I thought Bloomborough was before Outlaws, no? Maybe not. Also, does anybody else find it funny that Outlaws of Thunder Junction is OTJ? I thought that was pretty cool. Outlaws MH3 Bloomborough. Okay, gotcha. What about Assassin's Creed? Is Assassin's Creed... When is Assassin's Creed? OTJ draft gonna go hard? They should have, like... Honestly, they should have put some, like old school reprints from that block as like little like history nuggets, I guess is the best way to describe it, you know, for us old folks, or us old fogies. They should have done that. Ask Creed is in Modern. It is. OTJ stands for Odyssey Torment Judgment. Odyssey Torment Judgment. Wait, I can case this? Hold on, are we gonna win this game? There's no way, right? Just kill this Leer? With the poll update? It's updating on my side. I can see the poll on my side. Yeah, please win before you have to read Gaia. Yeah, didn't play around Raise the Alarm and how could you not play around Raise the Alarm and untap Case of the Gateway Express? Are you new to this game? Like, do you actually know what you're doing over there? You may have to refresh on your side, Gremlin. Oh. Okay. This fucking Grazer out of here. I don't want to see it anymore. Alright, I mean, you're at 8. I got Mega Lethal in play. There's no way I'm going to win this game, right? If I win this game, Lotus Field is completely unplayable. My opponent had 2 Lotus Fields, cast 3 Pour Over the Pages, and had a Leer. Why is there no bad option? That's what I was saying. I told Bolt that there should have been a bad option. But he didn't want to listen to me. Because everybody would have voted for bad. It's pretty close between Bear and Otter. I feel like I'd prefer to be a Bear. Well, they might have not found the stage until, you know... I don't think they had enough mana to copy before Pour. But they could have just waited a turn, right? Like... God damn it. Never mind, we still lost. Go. Can I be a hawk? Only if your first name is Mike. Yeah, I would be a bear. If I was a furry, I'd be a bear. Dark Petition. I feel like I'm dead. Seem like more of an otter type considering the facial hair. Are you saying that bears don't have facial hair? Would you say a bear's like would you say fur is not considered facial hair? Does Lotus have another win con? Yeah, it's put you to sleep. Which they do a lot. Bears should shave, that way they look cuter that way. Alright, what won the poll? Bear won the poll. 22 to 21. It was a pretty close poll. Alright, there's your answer, Bolt. The answer is Bear. I mean, I'm not going to not tell you. Saw these guys in concert, man, were they kind of lame performers? Really? They go pretty hard, they go pretty hard on the album. How was that your turn when you resolved Dark Petition? What's going on over there? I mean, we're still going to lose, but... Any lands? Are there any lands in my deck? Did we register more than 2 lands? Alright, Distinction has redeemed Suggest a Poll. Is this a follow-up to Bolt's Poll, perhaps? It is a follow-up to Bolt's Poll. Okay, so now that Bear has won the poll, we have poll number 2. Bear or bat? All right, poll. Poll's up. This is the real. I mean, this is the real poll, right? The first poll was just the appetizer. Playing Mirrored and Block Constructed. I've only cast two different cards this game. I've only cast Race the Alarms and Cases. That's all I got, man. I got nothing else. Like a baseball bat? No, like Negan's bat. Which I guess is a baseball bat, but it's a special baseball bat. Shout out to The Walking Dead, by the way. That show really took a turn for the worse. I stopped watching after season 6, I think. Either 6 or 7. It was really good early on, but man, they went downhill bad. Coral! I mean, it was good up until a certain point. After the prison, yeah, I think that's exactly where I stopped watching. Maybe like a couple episodes after that. They printed the Magic set about... Yeah, I know, right? Bad timing on that, huh? Imagine if they had actually, like, thought about when to release sets. Maybe they could have released the Walking Dead set at maybe a better time, perhaps. They probably would have sold a lot more product, too. Alright, turn 8, 2 lands. We did raise the alarm that game, though. The alarm... Consider the alarm raised. I'll tell you that much. Does that make sense? I'm not reading this card. Don't ask me to read it. Maybe this thing, I guess? I don't know. Well, the problem with Rite of Oblivion is it's a sorcery. So if they're going for the combo loop, we can't instant speed Rite of Oblivion. So I don't think I want it. Yeah, we've hit the one non-Emperor matchup. Oh, I didn't think about that, Tandy. That does make sense, though. I have a question. Can I read Kaya? I will read the entire text of Kaya word for one gifted sub. Why Leering Onlooker? I mean, we're trying it out. I don't think it's very good in this matchup, but we're trying it out. Just in a general sense. Man, this hand looks pretty good against Lotus Field, right? Just saying. Can I gift a sub to prevent reading it? Oh no. Are we having a gift sub war over whether or not I read it? Alright, how about 2 to not read it? Oh, well, now we have Frost tipping 5. So now we have 2 different people that want me to read it. Frost, thank you for the 5. Die on the phone, thank you for the gifted sub. Alright, fine, I'll read it. Let's go to Scryfall. I guess I don't need to go to Scryfall. I can just go to Moto. Okay, you ready? Get your pen and paper out, chat. I literally can't even read it. It's so small. No, I can't. I have to go to Scryfall. I legit cannot see the words. Here, hold on. I have to zoom in on Scryfall. All right, I'll read it. I'll read it to you now that I've successfully zoomed in. All right. Whenever one or more creatures you control and/or creature cards in your graveyard are put into exile, you may choose a creature card from among them. Until end of turn, target token you control becomes a copy of it, except it has flying. We're not done yet. +2, surveil 2, then exile a card from a graveyard. +1, create a 1/1 black and white spear creature token with flying. -2, exile target creature you control. For each other player, exile up to 1 target creature that player controls. Alright, there you go. I'm going to need a 5-page dissertation from every single person in chat explaining to me how the card works in 17 different situations. It doesn't because you never cast it? I mean, I'll cast it eventually. See, this is the combo, by the way. I don't know if you guys know this, but this is what we like to call a combo. You see what's about to happen? Just saying. It's versus bad Lingering Souls. I didn't ask you to tell me what it was. I'm just telling you that it's a combo. Which lands did they play? They played this and this. They discarded Boseju. Fuck, I drew it. I'm not supposed to draw that card. God damn it. I'm not casting it. I'm discarding it to Liliana. Alright, I'm going to Chibate them into firing up the lair for 2. This is going to be the best Chibate of all time. They're going to go Otawara, fire up lair for 2, try to attack Liliana. Fuck. You're supposed to attack my Liliana. Come on, man. You're supposed to oblige. It's a combo with Leering. What, Kaya? I can't, I can't, even if I wanted to read the card again, I can't read it. I'm not casting it. No, because then I have to, no, I don't want to discard Damping Sphere though, right? Also, what does it do again? It's not even good. It turns my 2/2 into a 1/3. That's not good at all. Right? That doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. It's not even a combo. Use the 0 mode on Lily. What's the 0 mode? Played versus it on pre-release, my opponent only used it to make tokens. We had no idea what else it did. Nobody does. Nobody knows what it does. Anyways, plus. What is the purpose of Kaya in this deck? I think Eccles put it in the deck to troll me. Because I don't think it does anything. I guess you can make tokens with it, but... yeah, it does make tokens. I legit am beginning to think that he just put it in the deck to troll me, though. That's what I'm assuming. Any Sorin would be better, maybe. Are we gonna lose to lair this game? Double lair? Nah, Lord of Innistrad's not legal. The only Sorin, the good Sorin that's legal is the one we're playing, which is Solemn Visitor. Deck link is wrong. Oh. Yeah, just hold on. This one's legal. Give me a sec. Okay, so what if I just didn't use Liliana this turn? 3, 5, 7. Just go Sorin, uptick, hold the sphere. Am I at a point where I can just discard Damping Sphere? Maybe I can. I guess if my plan is discard Sphere, I should do that first. Yeah, let's discard Sphere. It's the 0 mode. I think discarding it's fine. They have no cards in hand. I don't think that it matters. Something tells me this Damping Sphere does not matter. It's a game loss. They have no cards. What could they... even if they draw Lotus Field, they can't do anything with it. They can make 2 Lotus Fields, but, like, they have no other cards. Alright. See, they only conceded that game because we discarded the Kaya. Although, maybe if we had cast the Kaya, they wouldn't have, like, bothered trying to read it and instead just concede. Yeah, Kebby, there's a drop-down menu. So for those of you who don't know, on the Moxfield overlay, there is a drop-down menu towards the top. If you click on that drop-down menu, it'll show all 4 decks on today's stream. Whenever I do that for all the Dono decks, and maybe that's a bad idea, but I like to use that feature when we have 4 decks, and you can just go through the decks and see what I'm playing. Would you prefer that, or would you prefer, like, one at a time? I don't know. I kind of like the scroll, honestly. Board out Kaya? No, we can't board out Kaya. Kaya's the best card in our deck. See, I kind of think that people like the scroll better because you can, like, look through the different decks that I haven't played yet, you know? No, the Simic deck is next. She's secure in my wastes. I don't know where to go from there. I get the first half of the joke, but Chad has to get the other half. Song is in other way, bottom left. Bottom left, like right where my finger's pointing. Just follow the arrow. I couldn't have that last turn. She's secure in my wastes till my Eldrazi emerges. We are playing black-white tokens. Might be better to make 2 bodies. It's the same amount of damage. Not sure. Come on, man. I'm still not reading it. I'm not doing it. Languish, Balagid, Fae of Wishes. Unfortunately, they do have Boseiju. Although, it's fine though, right? Because they're going to go Lotus Field, Float 2, Copy, sack these two, have 2 Lotus Fields. So we just take Languish. You know what's funny? What if I just took Balagid? Because this is their green source for Boseiju. It's so greedy. I'm going to do it, though. I like it. I think it makes sense. Maybe it's not that greedy. Because it's so obvious they're just going to sack both Sanctums, right? We did show them Damping Sphere last game, so maybe they don't. Well, no, I'm saying if they go Lotus Field, float 2 mana, use Stage to copy, they sack these 2. They're not going to sack the stage if they're copying Lotus Field, right? Am I allowed to perform a 5-stack Pyramid today? You certainly can try. Can't make any promises, but... Yeah, see, I told you. Exactly what I thought was going to happen happened. Can we get some 5-heads in the chat? Any 5-heads? Do-do. Do-do. You don't know what this deck is, but I already like it. What if I told you that this is the worst card in my deck? Would you still like it? It's only the worst card because I don't know what it does. And nobody in chat knows what it does either. We still haven't figured it out. I don't know if anybody in the world knows what it does, honestly. We're not even doing cool things. See, when somebody puts Kaya Spirit Justice in chat, it takes... I shit you not. This is... And it's the entire window. Look at this shit. It's the entire window. Brother, I can't. You would think that I'm making this up, but I'm not. It's like John Cena text. Yeah, true. Okay, they're at 9. So, secure for 3. Puts them to 1. Alright, I'm still going to do that. Surely it has to do something. You would think that, but... I mean, really it doesn't. Impulse. Just don't find green mana, please. Whatever you do, do not find green mana. We can find an Anthem. They definitely can find an Anthem. Of which, we don't actually have that many. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm in danger. Can I not secure this turn? If I just make this instead, they're still dead to an Anthem, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 11. And then 2, 4, 6, they go to 3. It actually might be better to not secure. Because if they go Boseiju Languish, I can put them to 3 this turn, and then have this for 3 up next turn. I think this is better. Because it doesn't change the math whether they're dead to a Sorin or not. Okay, that's interesting. So we know they have Languish, Fae of Wishes. This is kind of dicey. And we have to assume they have Boseiju. I guess the nice thing about them having Boseiju for Spear is we get an additional mana source, so we can still secure for 3. Yeah. Okay. So... this makes things awkward, too. Actually, it doesn't, though. No, it does, because they can Languish and then Grazer. Does this kill Grazer? Only if I exile a creature I control, which I won't be able to do. I have to take Fae, right? So if I leave them with Fae and take Languish, they just go end step Boseiju, untap Fae for lockdown, cast lockdown. No, it has to be Fae, right? Just take Fae, hope they brick. Like, that's my only shot. Because they can end step the Beseiju, which they're going to do. I just have to hope they don't draw a payoff. Make one good Kaya card, challenge level impossible. wasn't it conspiracy? There was a Kaya from a weird product. I don't know if it was conspiracy or if it was a commander product. That card was cool as hell though. Alright, Languish resolves. Maybe they won't cast the Grazer. Yeah, Ghost Assassin, that's the one. I think that was in Cube at some point. Come on, don't cast the Grazer, don't cast the Grazer, don't cast the Grazer. Don't cast it, don't cast it, don't cast it. Undo it. No, they're still going to cast it. God damn it. Stop. Yeah, I'm pretty sure people played Ghost Assassin in Legacy at some point. That card's cool. Is Moat legal in Pioneer? Yeah, my opponent's playing Moat. They have 4 copies. Alright, Anthem or some way to kill Grazer kills them. Actually, Landing kills them too, right? Shit. Alright, I gotta read this again. This is like the 4th time I've read it, and I still don't get it. Okay, so it does nothing. Cool. Was an exiled enchantment just win? No, this only triggers on end step. Is there a creature in the graveyard? There is a Fae of Wishes, but that doesn't matter, right? What is there being a Fae of Wishes do in the graveyard? Yeah, there's none in my graveyard. Make a flying 1/4? Maybe. Player on top deck, Leer. Leer doesn't do anything, does it? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. I guess they can Leer Languish? Well, I'm thinking about holding up Adanto. Because if they draw another sweeper, then this dies. They go to 1 on the attack, and then we can just kill them with Adanto, right? If we hold this up. Which I think is just better. I just don't think this does anything. Surveil 2. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass. This wins? How does it win? What am I missing? So the only thing I can do with Kaya is exile one of my creatures to kill their Grazer, but then I have 1 less attacker, so it still only deals them 2 damage. I needed to draw a another landing. Landing would have been a 1-mana way to make a creature. Did you pour? Come on. Come on! Fuck. Transform in Fae has Fling. Transform in Fae has Fling. I don't know what that means. Jen, I think we died. We're gonna lose this game with them at 1! So close. To be punt somewhere? I don't think I missed the damage anywhere. I think I cast my spells in the correct order. I don't really think that I could have squeezed out 1 more damage. Oh, they mean flying? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, it's still 3 attackers versus 1 blocker, no matter how you slice it. Yeah, we never cast Kaya. So who's the real winner here, you know? Although, we could have made our opponents read Kaya by casting it. Although they probably would just not read it. I have to assume it's Jover if they're casting strings. Looks like they have Ultimatum. Alright. It seems like they're new to Lotus Field, but I don't want to sit here for 10 minutes and make them do it, so I'm good. Even though there's like a small chance that they do mess up the pile, because they are probably new to it, or they time out, I'm not going to sit here for 10 minutes and find out. It's like a completely different deck. Alright, I want the gifted sub, so I'm gonna keep Kaya in my hand. I'm going for +1 gifted subs this game. Why is my token flashing? You guys see that? Whenever they, like, take an action, my token's flashing. The way I learned to use Kaya in Standard is to make a couple of blood, maps, and sort, abuse, skitter, trespassers, put big attack board suddenly. Yeah, but, like, you're assuming that I know what the card does. But I still don't know what it does, you know? Nickel and Dime, thank you for the gifted sub. Well, I mean, you didn't have to gift the sub until I actually cast it, because what if I just don't cast it now? Or what if they spell pierce it, you know? You'll cry. I will actually cast it. It's probably good against Phoenix, right? Can exile their Phoenixes. You know what card's not good against Phoenix? Fucking Liliana of the Veil. That card is horrendous against Phoenix. What am I going to do? Plus? They just discard a Phoenix. I mean, I'm probably still going to plus. They're going to discard it anyways. Well, only if they have Axe, right? See? This is the bait. We get them to use their Lighting Axe, and then we play the Liliana. That's what we call bait. Jebaited. Jebaited. Alright, fine. Fuck you. Alright, untap land, please. That is definitely not a land. Confirmed not a land. Can flip landing next turn, though. Dun, 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 dun. Go. That is most certainly not a land. That is a Leering Onlooker. Looking, looking, looking. You thought Gaia was a 3-drop? Be too good if it was a 3-drop. You know what? I think with the amount of text that they put on Kaya, they were like, we probably cannot possibly make this a 3-drop because then people would actually try to put it in their deck, and we don't want people actually trying to cast the card. You know, we can't have that. Jebaited. Get fucking jebaited. I drew the land anyways. Get cooked. You see why I immediately went to combat there to make them think that I didn't have a land? Alright, Surveil to exile a card. Make them read. Do I want one of these? Kind of, but also not really. No, you exile after the Surveil. It's Surveil, then exile. I kind of want one. I'm going to keep one. They have a cruise? That's not good. Not good at all. All right, we're still dead. We're still extremely dead. But if Sparky plays Kaya and after playing it emotes, now you figure out what it does because I have no clue. Well, I mean, honestly, if I was playing against Sparky and I played Kaya, Sparky would probably just disintegrate. You know, they would, like, the client would just shut down and it wouldn't know what to do. There's no way that's programmed into the AI. Remember that Liliana that I kept on top? That looks so good now, huh? Well, I would like to say that game, I cast Kaya, and I used it for its intended purpose. That's what we were trying to do, right? You know what's bad against Phoenix besides Liliana? Oddly enough, a matchup I want to keep in Kaya. How good is Fatal Push against them? We can cut these. Bring in a third. It's good against Shredder. This looks fine. Try this. They scooped to avoid reading. No, I scooped. What? I lost the game. they untapped. I exiled one of their Phoenix, and they just untapped, cast a Cruise, and put 2 more Phoenixes into play. And then I died. That's what happened. Yeah, see, we're the ones that scooped to avoid reading. Alright, surely I'll draw lands, right? Surely I will draw lands this game. No, I think that's a pretty common misconception. I really do not like Damping Sphere against Phoenix, rather. I don't think it's good. I'm gonna main phase this because I don't want to get fucking spell pierced. I refuse. I refuse to get spell pierced. Big shreds. Can't attack. There I go. Yeah, you go. Any lands? Are we not playing the Loxodon Convoker? That could be okay. The Venerated Loxodon could be alright. When I call his land. Oh! I forgot. I should have given his call. I saw a white card and I just thought it wasn't a land. My bad. I legit saw a white card and I thought it wasn't a land. Touche. Touche, touche, touche. No, it was intentional. It's fine. Combat. The LSV Adanto Gigabrain. Oh, that's true. We do have Legion's Landing. We have Adanto and Settle the Wreckage in our deck. I mean, it didn't end up mattering because we didn't draw a land anyways. So, it actually did not end up mattering that much. Had I drawn a land, then I guess I would have got punished, but... You see 4 lands in play turn 4, I see no issue. Yeah, we didn't miss a land drop. Definitely did not miss a land drop this game. If we die by 3 damage, sure. Alright, well, we were going to lose anyways, so... Bro, stop. Cut that shit out, man. Phoenix is so broken. I don't want to let them fucking trigger this again. I mean, they have 7 cards. Who cares, right? Like, who cares at this point? Dun, 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 dun. What are these humans from? Are they from Karlov Manor? What makes human tokens in Karlov Manor? These are cool tokens. I'm pretty sure that is not the correct answer. Bro, stop! Can you believe? Like, think about this for a second. My opponent has killed every creature I've played every single turn, cast multiple cantrips and use all of their mana. They have 8 power in play, and they still have 6 fucking cards in hand. How is that possible? Like, what is happening right now? Alright, I'm going to pick up my vampire token. Alright, I have successfully picked up my vampire token. Now I'm going to put down my vampire token. Why not Thoughtseize? Yeah, I guess I probably should have, right? I was too tilted about them just drawing the Stone Cold Nuts. 17.5% of the metagame at the PT and had the 2nd highest win rate. That's kind of absurd, yeah. Typically, when you have a deck with that high representation, its win rate tends to kind of dip with it, but... Well, Expressive is banned. Yeah, when's the next ban window, by the way? Because when did Karlov Manor come out? Nobody's talked about that, but it's got to be coming up soon, right? March 11th? So, what, 2 weeks? Yeah, so not next week, but the Monday after. I don't even, honestly, when they first banned Iteration, I was kind of surprised they banned Iteration and not Cruise. I know that a lot of people maybe didn't have that same take, but I was kind of surprised when they did. Yeah. Yeah, think about that for a second. Expressive Iteration is banned in Pioneer. Treasure Cruise? No, that one's fine. You can have that one. You asked if EI was unbanned and banned Cruise, would Pioneer be better? Yes. Because, like, Expressive. I'm not going to tell you that Expressive Iteration is a bad card, but it is nowhere near the power level of Treasure Cruise. Like these cards are completely different stratospheres. Would people even want to play Phoenix if Cruise got banned and EI got unbanned? I don't think so. Because like I'm not saying that EI is bad in Phoenix necessarily, but it's much worse than Cruise, right? Would you agree with that? People would still play Phoenix, but they would have to build it a lot differently, I think. Like you can't just turbo off and, you can't just like be all in on Cruise. The thing about Phoenix right now is you can be so aggressive with all of your cards that like you can just throw cards away for no reason because you always have the out clause of eventually casting Cruise, right? But it's not necessarily the same if you replace that with Iteration, because Iteration is like Cruise is a 3-for-1, Iteration's a 2-for-1, and it's 2 mana versus 1, so it's a little bit different. Yeah, it's harder to splash too. Fable needs to be banned, but nobody's willing to have that conversation. I don't necessarily disagree with you. Let a player on a protection spell. Oh, never mind. We know their last card's Anger. Okay, this was stupid. Because we know these are their 2 cards. I mean, it's still fine. Whatever. This also, like, gets the Liliana in play, which is not too bad. This is probably the fine play. Did they buy Jeff? Yeah, they did. We know they have Jeff Anger. I don't know. I don't necessarily agree with Fable needing to be gone. It is certainly, like... I'm trying to think of the best way to explain this. It's kind of homogenizing the mid-range decks the same way that it did in Standard, where it's really difficult to play a mid-range deck that doesn't have that card in it because you're just so far behind the people who do have it, right? I don't think it's more egregious than Cruise. They do different things, right? Cruise is like a card advantage machine. Fable is too, but it's more of a mid-range card, They go in different decks. They do kind of like warp the format in their own in a similar way, kind of, but like I get it, I know what you're saying. Plus, yeah, Fable isn't. Well, I mean, it kind of is, right? Because you're up the token and you're up the backside, so it is kind of still a 2-for-1, right? I know that Chapter 2 is not card advantage, but it's card advantage in the sense that you're up 2 bodies. Banning Fable and Cruise just leads to blue-white plus Lotus Supremacy and Pioneer. I don't necessarily agree with that because, like... So here's the thing, right? Some of the better decks against blue-white and Lotus, maybe not blue-white specifically, because like I don't think that this heroic deck is very good against blue-white, but this is one of the better decks against Lotus, like this more aggressive decks, right? But Fable and Cruise being so good in Phoenix and Rakdos makes the creature decks a lot harder to play, right? So if you remove the decks that are good against the creature decks and more people want to play creature decks, those decks inherently are good against Lotus and blue-white because they can get under them. But like the issue now is because Phoenix and Phoenix and Rakdos are so good, the best way to combat those decks is blue-white and Lotus, right? If that makes sense. Which maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I could have just like not done this, but I want to keep the Liliana in play. I could have just minus the Liliana, but I wanted to keep it in play. Seems very hard to lose this game from this position. Why do people always want to ban something? I don't know. I mean, the format could maybe use a change. It's weird though, right? Like, the big kind of talking point is how well this Breakout Vampires deck did over the weekend, right? And people, and that's like a cause for not wanting to ban something because there's this brand new deck that was the Breakout deck, did very, very well, all that kind of stuff. But like, is it really that much different than regular Rakdos? It is to an extent, but I'm not sure how much different it is. Okay, so I can go here. It's vastly underdeveloped. Right, and I think part of that is because people just didn't have as much of a reason to play it, you know? Now, once you gave people a reason to play it, i.e. the Pro Tour, people, like, you know, with Channel Fireball, innovated a ton. They made this brand new vampire deck, which is really cool. You know, that's really awesome when things like that happen. Yeah. But that deck, to be fair, you know, as new and cool as the Vampires deck is, it is kind of just another Rakdos deck, right? At the end of the day, like the general consensus of what it's trying to do is most of the same thing as what Rakdos was already trying to do, just with a slightly more aggressive plan. Like you can actually kill people now, which is good. They're making the Rakdos deck a little bit better, you know. And I'm fine with that. Yeah, it's also not unbeatable. I'm okay with that too. But, like, I guess the point that chat's trying to make is, like, if you already thought that Fable was a problem previously, this shouldn't necessarily weigh your decision in favor one way or the other, because it's just basically the same thing as Rakdos, right? So don't, like, take the PT results with a grain of salt when you're thinking about what should or should not be banned. If that's kind of what my point that I'm making is. Right, removal coming in. I don't know what's bad against them. Well, I mean, the difference with Phoenix is Phoenix. So the big difference with Phoenix here is it was the most played deck at the Pro Tour and still had the second highest win rate. Now, typically, when you have a deck with such a high representation as Phoenix did, which was 17%, usually there will be some sort of, like, you know, enough people will do poorly with it, enough people will do well with it, and that'll even out the win rate. But 57% is still, like, that high of a win rate for a deck that was the most played deck in the event is completely insane. Like, that's absurd, you know? I didn't even see what Big Monkey was saying. Big Monkey said, trash, trash, trash arguments, no concrete points. I'm seeing myself out. I feel like I was giving pretty concrete points. I don't know. See, chat always wants to have a conversation, and then when we finally have a conversation, people are just like, I don't like your opinion, I'm leaving, you know? You want me to just, like, sit here and not talk then? I'll just stare. I just won't talk anymore. Have I seen Yori on Phoenix? No, I have not seen Yori on Phoenix. I'm gonna cut these wedding announcements against them. They're way too slow. Welcome to the new age. To the new age. I guess maybe wedding announcements better than Sorin. Could be the case. Alchemy is bad. That was a joke. That wasn't their phone number. Somebody in chat called it and said it was for a Chick-fil-A. Wait, was it a Chick-fil-A? You guys remember that? Sean Bruno, thank you very much for the 34 months. See, that's why people sub to me, you know? I have terrible opinions. Does anybody remember? Does anybody know what I'm talking about? What fast food chain that was? Somebody, like, posted a phone number in a Dono message, but it wasn't actually theirs. It was just like, it was some fast food chain. So don't worry about it, it's fine. They did debate people into calling it, though. I didn't call it personally. I would never get debated like chat. I think Pioneer needs to be explored more. We should not be so quick to ban cards. I mean, yes and no. Like, I don't disagree with you. I think that there is still a lot to explore in Pioneer, right? I 100% sympathize with that argument. But let's be honest. Treasure Cruise has been legal for 5 years, right? Like, there's not really much more exploring to do with Treasure Cruise. We've seen the ceiling on it, and we've seen the floor on it. You know, we've already experienced that. And I think it's those cards that, like, you don't need to experiment with that card. We know how broken it is, right? And, like, we've already seen how people can try to adapt to Phoenix, but it's not that easy to adapt to Phoenix. Like, the deck has so many different things going on for it, you know? I think that's the issue. It's just, like, specifically with Cruise and maybe Fable to a lesser extent. The one cool thing that I will say about Fable, and less so for Cruise, Fable does kind of enable a lot more, I shouldn't say interesting decks, but, like, decks that maybe don't have the best plan A can just kind of go towards Fable for a plan B, and it's a really good plan B. Where it does, you know what I mean? If that does that make sense? So like Fable kind of enables some more cool stuff. Why do they have Torch in their deck? This thing's gonna be hard to beat, huh? Yeah, Connect is glue for a lot of decks. I know that thing has flashback, but what I'm hearing is put good cards in my deck and it'll be a better deck. Sure. Well, that's what I'm saying, is like you can build a lot of decks with Fable that, like, I'm trying to think of like what the best example is. Maybe no, not Boats, because Boats ended up cutting Fable after a while, but there's definitely some other decks that play Fable where Fable isn't necessarily the centerpiece of the deck. It's more of like a plan B type of thing. But it's a really good plan B. It kind of gives these decks an anchor, if that makes sense. Yeah, Niv is a pretty good one. Niv is a good one, yeah. Shit. Go. Awkward. Awkward. Does creativity count? Kind of, yeah. Like, if Fable got banned, people would probably still try to play creativity. It wouldn't be as good, but people would try to play it, right? Settle's gonna go crazy. Do I, like, make it less obvious by double blocking here and taking 3? Or do I just double chump and make it as obvious as possible? I kind of feel like... I feel like I shouldn't make it very obvious, right? Like, I'm willing to take an extra 2 damage to not play with my hand revealed, kind of thing. Yeah, I guess maybe double blocking this was better. Yeah, it's the same thing, but I take the same amount of damage, too. Alright. I'm just gonna pass with 4 mana up. Nothing, you know, nothing going on here. Don't worry about it. I'm even gonna F6 until they go to combat to make it make it less sus. Yeah, I'm just holding up double raise the alarm. Just me over here, double raise the alarm. It's fine. Not giving them 5th land. Oh yeah, that's true too. Yeah, because they've been stuck on mana the whole game. Mm-hmm. They're targeting Swift Spear. Also, who plays around Settle? Nobody plays around that card. When has anybody in the history of Magic ever played around Settle? Does Surge get around Settle? It just gives you hexproof, right? Surge gets around Settle. That's funny. The price of evil. Do we know their last card? No, because they played Torch and the Swift Spear. So we don't know their last card. Well, I mean, I guess we just have to make a token. Doesn't feel great, but I could be in danger if I don't make a token. Okay. Hope their last card's not a spell. It appears that their last card may be a spell. Guess I'd rather have them pump the Swift Spear. Oh, this doesn't even matter, right? They can just target the Hoplite and get prowess. Yeah. Is that lethal? Yeah, it's 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shit. Would I have survived if I had blocked the Hoplite and they targeted it? No, it's still 5, so it's 5 either way. Didge. Alright, game 3. Game 3. I'm gonna... Oh, I got this Secure the Waste. I was thinking about Announcement over Sorin. I don't know if that's better. Could also Announcement over Virtue. It's kind of close. Problem is that WotC is focusing on Commander and the cards that are meant for Commander placed into standard sets. Examples? Have there really been a lot of... Are you just saying the cards that are powerful in Standard should be meant for products? Or should be meant for Commander products? Because, like, I don't really think there's anything in Standard that's too broken right now. I mean, I guess maybe Fable, but I don't think Fable was necessarily designed to be a Commander card. It was designed to be a competitive constructed card, right? It just happened to be a little bit too over the mark for Standard. I think right now it's like totally fine in Modern, potentially fine in Pioneer, way too fucked up for Standard, right? Atraxa? Do you think Atraxa's too good for Standard? I don't think it's Atraxa. I think it's Cavernous Souls. If you want to complain about Domain, the problem with Domain is not Atraxa. The problem is fucking Cavernous Souls. There is no reason for Cavern to be in Standard. I think that was a total mistake. But that's a reprint, you know? Like, that wasn't a new card. They just reprinted it for some ungodly reason. I don't know why. You would think they would have learned their lesson the first time on Cavern. That card is way too... That card's stupid. What the hell? Price raising and getting it into Pioneer. Yeah, I guess... Yeah, maybe it's fine in Pioneer. But, like, at that point, just do a Pioneer-only product, you know? Don't do Horizons. Just do a reprint set. Would you... Like, if there's enough reprints that you want to get into Pioneer, just do Pioneer Masters, you know? We're 0-2. Yeah, I mean, I get where your head's at with Leering Onlooker, but this card does not feel like the appropriate power level. And I've been saying this for years. I'd be fine with the Pioneer Masters. As long as you're not introducing brand new cards into the format, give me reprints. Like, Lingering Souls? Hello, we're playing a black-white tokens deck, you know? I'd be down for Lingering Souls. Huntmaster of the Fells. Falconwrath Aristocrat, I don't know if that would be good, but there's plenty of reprints that I could see being good in Pioneer. Yeah, not a Horizon set, a Master set. Just don't give us, please, for the love of God, do not print brand new cards directly into the format. We've learned our lesson on that. Just give me old Standard cards. That's all I want. I don't think it's too much to ask. It goes against the plans of Pioneer. Why does it go against the plans of Pioneer? It says the whole point of Pioneer was old Standard, right? And I mean, at this point, the format is 12 years old. Like, how old are we talking? How old Standard do they want? Like, it's going to get to a point where they're just going to want to make a new format, you know? They're going to want to make Pioneer Junior and have it be 6 years or 4 year, you know what I mean? Or something like that. Like, it's just going to get to a point where Pioneer is going to feel like Modern. Except with the exception of the supplemental products, of course. But supplemental products are different than reprints. See, I liked Extended way back in the day until they changed it. When they changed Extended to be like... at one point it was like 2.5 or 3 years. That Extended sucked. That was just like... You know, it was just like the previous Standard format. That shit sucked. But like old school Extended in like the early 2000s was dope. It was 4 years? Yeah, it was still bad. I played that Enduring Ideal deck too. It was dope. Yeah, also 4 years is just Standard. Right now it's 3 years, right? Yeah, I know, right? It's like, it's just the same shit. Do I gain life? Let's go. Plus, can we get a +1 life in the chat? +1 life? Easy +1 life. How are they down 5 minutes? I don't know. Extended with longer time frames could work again. See, what I would like to see is kind of in the similar vein, Callum, what Callum is saying, where I would want a format that's like, so if you take whatever Standard is currently, right? So Standard goes back 3 years. Take those sets out and just give me everything before that. Like, what's a good range? So subtract the last 3 years and maybe go another 6 back. Does that make sense? 4 back, 6 back, something along those lines. But like, don't give me current Standard cards. Don't give me the old cards that are in Modern. Give me like, you know, give me what's in between. I would like that. Right, and then you would rotate similar to what a Standard rotation is, because you would keep rotating out what's in Standard, because you don't want what's in Standard in that format, you know? That would be the whole point. Post-standard, only rotated cards legal. Right. And I think that was their intention with Pioneer in the first place. They wanted people to have a home where they could play their old standard cards. But like a lot of what has happened in recent years has just been the good standard cards also happen to be the good Pioneer cards. Now that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's not like the format doesn't seem to be at a point where they had anticipated, right? It's really not like it feels like Pioneer is not doing what they want it to. Does that make sense? Like I feel like that's a fair argument. Good Pioneer cards, the good standard cards. What's Timer saying? Because standard is the most push it's ever been. Sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with you there, but then also like maybe tone down standard a little bit. They don't need to keep printing these broken cards in standard. You know, they don't have to crank the power level up to 10 every single set. But that's not Pioneer's fault. That's just the people designing Standard's fault. Also, why do they have a tap lane in their deck? That can't be right. I think after this rotation, the difference between Standard and Pioneer will be much bigger. Well, Shieldred does not rotate until next year. Am I going to make a video on your time with the 68 card combo deck from the 75k? I think I checked earlier today and it's already in the queue. I'll check right now. I'm pretty sure it was already in the queue. I'll chump block one of these. Oh, it's okay. No, it's not. We had to get through a couple things. It should be up by next week or so. It will be up though. Just got list was 2-3. Want to check spells? Go, I guess. How are they? They're down 9 minutes. My brother in Christ. What's going on over there? I get that potato internet. Next RCQ season is Pioneer, correct? Also, we know when the next beta announcement is. Yes, next RCQ season is Pioneer, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think Tomber said this earlier, the next beta announcement should be March 11th, I think? And that would be within the 4-week time window. I'm going to try to get them to cast the Trample spell now, and then I can Eiganjo. I think I Eiganjo at end of damage. Okay, that worked. She raising my alarm till I... You fill in the blanks. Speculation. Well, didn't they say they were going to be doing one every 4 weeks after the new set came out? Wasn't that in one of their articles? Like 2 ban announcements ago? She raising my alarm till my Legion be landing. She raising my alarm till I'm leering her Outlooker? Onlooker? We gotta work on these. When was the last time any new cards affected formats in the way WotC expected? What do you mean by that? You double black. Oh, I guess I have double black here. I block. This is the worst card that I've ever played with. This is literally the worst card that I've ever played with. I'm not joking when I say that. Why do they come in tap? That card's awful. Damn it. Thoughtseize acquired. You play with File Smasher. Not in constructed. Also, don't hate on my boy Vial Smasher. That card is gas. All right. Do not talk ill about Vial Smasher. All right, I guess I'm going to 2. Oh. I guess I will go to 2. I would like to see what the contents of your hand is, please and thank you. Vial Smasher for MH3. I don't think it would be playable in Modern, would it? Sajiri Shelter, Monstrous Rage, Homestead Courage. Alright, I'll take your Monstrous Rage. Your turn. We're grasping by a thread at this point. Vial Smasher, Pitch Solitude. That would be kind of cool. Yeah, they must have been worried about a removal spell, I guess. Although if I had a removal spell, I probably just would have cast it, right? Oh, they'd be scared, alright. They do be scared. I can flip landing this turn. I don't know if that matters. That's bad. So their hand is Courage Shelter. They have the Courage here, right? They're just not casting it? Alright, give me a Settle the Wreckage. Settle goes crazy. Any settles? It's also fine. The issue is I still can't send everything, right? Because if I send everything, they just go pro-white. No, the Simic Burn deck is next. I can attack with the 2 soldier tokens and have a black and a white creature back to block. Yeah. I guess that's all I really can do. Is everyone ready for Simic Burn that badly? The people want to see Simic Burn, you know? When you title a deck Simic Burn, that is how you get the clicks. That is how you get clicks. Content Creation 101. If you just call every deck Simic Burn, you know. We just died. How did we die? Because I'm not flipping the landing, right? I was like, I could just do this and flip the landing, but now I don't flip the landing, so. Alright, surely they go for it when I have no cards in hand, right? I mean, they didn't go for it last time, I'm just saying. I might walk away if they don't go for it. Yeah. They are aware. It seems like they know. Choose black. Alright, you win. That was a painful match. They were down 11 minutes. Jesus Christ. I just wanted to get out of that match. Honestly, I did that on purpose, just so I could leave the match. I was going to lose that game anyways. If doing it is wrong, then I don't want to be right. Well, you didn't start the prediction yet. I don't see it. Rude. Alright, give me spells this game, please. Greasefang? I haven't seen Greasefang in a minute. Hey, yo. Yo, let him cook? Oh, is this Soul Flayer? It's gotta be Soul Flayer, right? Spell acquired. No, it's probably just Soul Flayer. Although I don't know why they have Aghanim Awakening. They got a Tassi Gray. God, Deathrite Shaman. The first time that Deathrite Shaman has ever been activated for mana in the history of Pioneer. So they picked up Tassiger and cast Gurmag Angler. Okay, I'm with you. Alright, prediction's up. The 05 prediction is up. We are currently 0-3. Choose wisely. Choose wisely. Yeah, we got plenty of time to decide. You get a whole match buffer. I feel like we can get a match win. I'm confident we can get one match win. Maybe not this match win, but I'm confident we can get one. I'm going to take this. We can chump block next turn. I also believe. You believe in the O5 dream? Hater, hater alert, hater alert. All right, I make a vampire. I will make a vampire. Your turn. We're gonna get soloed by this Death Red Shaman. That's what's gonna happen. -2. Mm, mm. Yep, yep. Bro, I'm trying to block. Okay, I block. Was the deck submission for this the modern precon from 2012? Was there a white-black tokens precon? I don't remember that. I mean, if there was, it probably had Lingering Souls. We don't have that card. I wish we did. God, if we had Lingering Souls, ooh, oh boy, I would kill for that card. What is this forest? Wait, they have Portal Basics on Arena? I didn't know that. These, by the way, these are the best basic lands of all time. Like, not it's not even close either. I don't think it's close. They're so good. Oh, the event deck. I kind of remember that now. Wasn't that the one that they put Stoneforge in and then they banned Stoneforge? Was that a similar one? I feel like it might be. So, correct me if I'm wrong. I think in order for these to get the bonus, I have to play this now, right? It says creatures until your next turn, creatures you control get +1/+7 gain lifelink. I'm pretty sure I have to main phase this, which is kind of awkward. Yeah. I mean, if that's what I want to do, which I think it is, it does give me good blocks. Yeah. I mean, it means they just don't attack, but also fine, I guess. I can send this, right? Because then I can go triple. Eh. Yeah, I'm not going to block with the flyer. I'll just send the flyer. Stoneforge 1 was a standard precon where Stoneforge was only legal with the exact 75. Yeah, and then they ended up doing the same thing with Expressive, right? When they banned Expressive and Pioneer. Where they just, like, they put it in the event deck, or whatever the terminology was at that time. They put it in the deck and then ended up banning it. Was it? No. With Iteration, did they... correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like they banned Iteration and then released the deck. Was it in the reverse order, though? I can't remember. I honestly can't remember. Okay, both coming at Sorin. I guess I will triple block Tasigur and Chump Gurmag. I could quad to play around push, but they kill an extra token that way, which I don't like. Deck first. Okay, so deck came out. Yeah, because it probably came out around the same time that Expressive did, right? Or maybe it came out a little bit after. Yeah, the deck had already been printed. Yeah, okay, that's what it was. Yeah, okay. The Challenger deck. I do remember that. They don't do those anymore, do they? The Challenger decks? I feel like those were really good for new players. They had a Lotus Field one, too. Field of Ruin. This. I like the Challenger decks. Like I said, they're really good for new players, too, which is good. Gurmag Angler. Too many big creatures. Too many large dudes. Alright, minus. Play this, hold up Eiganjo. Go. Your turn. Angler and Gurmag. Or Angler and Tasigur. Both Pioneer. There's a leak that there was going to be more Pioneer decks, but it's thought of as likely faked. Was that recent? Yeah, the Phoenix deck with two Phoenixes. Right, but what I'm saying is, like, you could just buy two of them and slap them together, right? And still have, like, a pretty competitive deck. But yeah, you'd have to buy two of them. You wouldn't just buy one. This is Pioneer. Okay, so block here, block here, block here. Eiganjo this thing. I should do it after damage. Just in case they, like, push my thing after blocks. Although they probably would have pushed before attacks, if they had push. I didn't know the seasons on MTGO were 30 with it. Yeah, it's just for each month. I mean, I guess technically this season was only 29 days. Some Soul Flare. I like Soul Flare. It's a cool card. I don't think at this point that that's what they're playing. I think they're just playing like a black-green mid-range deck. Because, I mean, if they've gone halfway through their deck and haven't seen a Soul Flare yet, that would be kind of weird. They're at 11. I don't know if it's better to play Announcement or fire up the Hive. Oh, I can do it all, right? Yeah, I can do it all. Never mind. I'm stupid. I was thinking I was going to be 1 minute short, but I can just do it all. It's a cool turn. We're in the Soul Flare bracket. See, I don't know if they're playing Soul Flare. I think they might just be playing like a mid-range deck with Deathred and Gurmag. Your turn. I think you're just trying to make Deathred Shaman good in Pioneer. That is a tall, tall order. That's not an easy feat to accomplish. But I appreciate the effort. You know, I can appreciate the effort. Yeah, see, a mid-range deck without Fable. How do they beat other mid-range decks that do have Fable? That's case in point. My whole argument from earlier. At least they have Deathred. All right, there's the Rider. I guess they're not dead because they have the Deathred Shaman. Did they not gain life last turn? Did they dome me, right? Why did they dome me? I don't get it. They definitely should have domed me. Argoth. Alright, combat. I attack with my flying creatures. Alright, so they go to 6, they go to 2, and then we do some stuff. There's only one creature left in the graveyard? Yeah, one creature left. Link sent to me in Discord DMs. Is that the link of the supposed leak? Leaks? Any leaks? Oh, it's a Reddit post? Of course it's a Reddit post. When isn't it a Reddit post, right? Creativity, blue-white control, Rakdos mid, Greasefang. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, if that is true, that'd be pretty sweet. All right, you can salvage. Salvage these nuts. What they reveal? They revealed Cottage, Shaman, Wayfinder, Rider, Overgrown Tomb. Yeah, they're just like black-green mid-range with Deathred Shaman. Welcome to the O3 bracket. I mean, this is just a classic 2015 Modern matchup, right? Black-green Deathred Shaman mid-range versus black-white tokens. Remember when black-white was good in Modern? I remember. Is the blue-white control my favorite? No. Why would you ask that? I am offended. Consider me offended. I block. I'm gonna block. If I O5, how many gifted subs will you get? Well, I mean, we already have a Gamba in place. So your reward for me going O5 is you get to get a lot of channel points. When we should have voted in the prediction, right? Yeah, we were just talking about that. The event deck. It was a long time ago. On the board. On the board, folks. Alright, black-green mid. Emperor coming in. I don't even think this card's very good against their... Like, they're not doing anything with very specific cards in the graveyard. It's all about just velocity. And this card is not typically good against, like... It's good against people who are, like, Phoenix, for example. They want one specific card in the graveyard, but that's not really what they're doing. I'm gonna cut my discard spells. I don't want these pushes for death rights. I could play Settle, but I could also not play Settle. I'm just gonna do this. 2 virtues. Yeah, I kind of think I think that the Kayas should just be more virtues. That's where I'm at. Oh, these Leering Onlookers too. I don't know what I would play instead, but Leering Onlooker is... Oh boy, that card's bad. Like, I know what Eccles was trying to do with this deck, where you're, like, taking advantage of the synergy where Liliana discard Outlooker is cool, but this... Even when you get to discard it to Liliana, and, like, maybe use it with Kaya, it's still just not that good of a card. It's just extremely low power level. What plane is Thunder Junction? I have no idea. You think I know anything about planes? And lore? I know nothing. Liliana's good. But, like, you can play Liliana without playing Looker. Because the Looker is just so bad. But Liliana's a fine card. The plane is called Thunder Junction. I mean, that sounds accurate. That's what I would expect. Looking. Opponent is looking at my Looker. Stop looking at my Looker. I can't wait to cast Gun in Thunder Junction. Instant 3.57 Magnum, destroy target opponent. What exact... So is 3.57 Magnum the instant type? Like Tribal? Very true. Very, very true. What'd they get? They get a land. Alright, cool. Your turn. You may proceed. 3.57 is the mana value. We're gonna have an unset, or they're just making like half mana values and stuff. Yeah, they're doing like Titania and they're doing Titania and Argoth stuff. Isn't there a 3-mana Kaya that cares about tokens from the Innistrad set? It does not care about tokens. The 3-mana Kaya is Orzhov Usurper. Or is there a different one? Is there 2 3-mana Kayas? I didn't know that. I had no idea. Holding Mandrills? They're just playing like 12 Delve cards. Oh, Geist Hunter. I vaguely remember that card. Is it good? Dude, why does every single Kaya card have so much text that they can't even put it in the bot command? Like, you have to click on a different link to go look at the card. I don't want to do that. You tried, though. I appreciate the effort. An attempt was made, alright. +1. Creatures you control gain Death Touch until end of turn. Good with the 1/3, I guess. Put a counter on up to 1 target you token you don't control. -2 until end of turn. If I'm control, twice the main tokens are created instead. -6. Exile cards from all graveyards to make a 1/1 for each card exiled this way. It's interesting. Yeah, that one's probably better than the Kaya we're playing, honestly. This Kaya is just a meme. It's a good meme, because, like, you know, I get to complain every time I cast it that it has 10,000 lines of text. So it's good for chat, but it's not good when I'm trying to cast the card. Deathrite Shaman and Titania. It has cool art. I will say this is a good piece of artwork. Like the fancy version. This is good. This is good art. This is good art. No, they're not neoforming. They're not soul flaring. They're just like using the graveyard as a resource to cast Hooting Mandrills and Gurmags and Tassigurs. Just like normal mid-range cards, I guess. I haven't heard you complain much. Clearly, you're on casting error. Correct. I only start complaining when I finally cast it. Like when I'm forced to read the card, that's when I'm not having a good time. You know, secure for 2. It is a more mana efficient play. All right, you have a 4/4. Monkey. 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 Do they get to choose? Exile targets you control for each other player. Oh, I get to choose. But I drew a tap land. That's not good. Your turn. You may proceed. Try to fit up the Beanstalk in their deck. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. It's a good call. If they have this many enablers, plus all that, they probably have like somewhere between 10 to 12 Delve cards. They've played a lot this game, this match. So they probably have a ton of those. Titania. I guess Titania is kind of a combo with all the self-mill. No, we haven't seen Beans yet. I kind of just want a quad block. That was Case Felt. It's been decent. Guess I can take a hit and try to draw Case. I do like the Case. I kind of want more of them. I would play more Cases, less of this. I would definitely not play this card. I'm gonna take this. Yeah, I kind of assumed they had Beans, but they haven't played it yet. It is a card that seems like it would be good in their deck. Alright. We're finally going to do a chat. We are casting Kaya Spirit's Justice. I repeat, we are casting Kaya Spirit's Justice. No, I'm just going to kill the Mandrills. Although maybe this is worse than playing Virtue. Because if I play Virtue, I can just double block with 2/2/2s. They're reading it. Oh god, they're going to be reading it for like 10 minutes. They might even time out before they finish reading it. Yeah, that's the other issue with Kaya is we don't have anything good to copy with Kaya, so the static ability is like not really doing anything for us. Yeah, new win condition found. Opponent just times out trying to read Kaya. I mean, they legit might at this rate. How many times do you think they're going to read it before they let it resolve? Like 3, maybe? What does this do? Use the ability? I'll just say yes. I don't know. No, it didn't do anything. I clicked yes, but nothing happened. Oh, it was asking if I wanted to make it a copy of the creature that I just exiled, which was also a 1/1 soldier. Yeah, the other abilities are fine. I don't know. It's like, I know we're memeing on this card, but it's maybe not as bad as I think it is. Yeah, turn the soldier into a different soldier. But I want it to be the other soldier, not this soldier, right? You know what I mean? No, you can only copy your creatures with the Kaya. We're not playing it for the static. We're playing it for the other 3 abilities. Which, if that's the case, I think it's just probably worse than Gideon Ally of Zendikar. That's kind of my read on it. Like, I'd much rather have Gideon here. I could have just emblemed. Yeah, the 3-mana Kaya could be good too. Cool big creatures like Gristlebrand and Pioneer. I don't think there's a ton of big creatures that have like abilities on the battlefield. Like copying Atraxa, for example, doesn't really accomplish that much, since you get a 7/7 lifelink, I guess, which is not bad. Alright, I'm gonna make a flyer and then play Virtue. Virtue. Play a second Virtue next turn. Or no, but you can just secure next turn. Although I guess these Deathrite Shamans are kind of a fast clock, aren't they? Yeah, it's a 2-turn clock. Unless I can gain life somehow. I'm probably just going to die to these Deathrites. Good chance that I do. There enough instants. There should be, yeah, they have like 7 spells in the graveyard. I'm not dead this turn. Okay. Draw Sorin. Well, it's not good enough because I have to chump block. I have to block everything this turn. So even if I draw Sorin, I have no outs. I actually think I'm on no outs regardless, right? If I draw Push, I can only kill 1. I draw Push, they put me to 1. Then they just untap and kill me with the other Deathrite. I think I'm on no outs. Swap the Onlooker with Vein Ripper. Ooh, copy Vein Ripper with Kaya. That's kind of cool. But how do we exile the Vein Ripper, right? Whenever a creature card is controlled, so you have to like put it into the graveyard and then exile it somehow. You can delve it away, I guess. Oh, sure, the +2. Yeah. But you still have to put it in the graveyard somehow. Splash blue for Cruise. Esper tokens. Cruise is nice with Kaya. You get to surveil cards to the graveyard. So I have to wait till they use the Deathrites and exile one, right? I guess I can also play Onlooker. Yes, we go to end step. Counter here. Martyr tokens with Fable to discard. That would work. Alright, do this now. I do have to kill a Deathrite. So we go to 7, go to 5, go to 3, go to 1, chump. I mean, I'm chumping with both, which it's not a great spot to be. But now, at least if I draw Fatal Push, I can go push Deathrite, main phase secure, counters with Virtue. Maybe that gives me an out. Yeah, another Wanderer would do it, yeah. They're also only on 4 minutes left, or 4.5 minutes left. So, good chance we just time them out. Razaketh the Foul-Blooded. Pay 2 life, sack a creature, search for a card, put the card in your hand, and shuffle. What are these blocks? Oh, I forgot I had a 2/4. My bad. We'll be dead anyways. I forgot I had a 2/4. It doesn't matter. I'm dead anyways. I was dead regardless. Did not matter. Actually, was I dead? I wasn't dead. I could have just used Kaya. See, this card has so many words that I just forgot that what it does. Dude, the card. This is why I can't play the card. It has 17,000 words on it. You know, I just can't be playing with those cards. Need the Settle. Settle's not great against Deathrite Shaman. Gives me an excuse to cut an Onlooker, though. Yeah, I could have killed the Deathrite. It's fine. We'll just time them out. They're not playing at a pace that is conducive to finishing this match. Guess I won't make a Modern Mutate list as a Dono deck. Modern Mutate? You're re-donating for this now that you know the lines. I mean, you can go back and watch the first games if you want, but trust me, we could not have won those first 3 matches. Oh, now they want to play faster. This is the classic Nassif strat. This is tough, because, like, I want to flip the landing, but I really want to get the Virtue in exile. I'm just going to cast the Virtue. I think having the Virtue is more important than flipping the landing next turn. Vilis, Broker of Blood. That one didn't show up for some reason. Try it again. Is that like a payoff for Kaya? You know, the cool thing is all these cards are pretty cool with... all these cards are nice with, what you call it? Cauldron, right? 5 BBB, 8/8 flyer, pay 2, creature spends -1, you lose life, draw that many cards. That's not bad. Could be worse. Played the wrong land. Well, no, this was the right land, actually, because this comes into play tapped all the time, and I could pay 3 for this if I need to. I mean, Bowmaster is probably a little too good for Pioneer, although Bowmaster would kind of keep Dredger Cruise in check, so... Maybe Bowmaster is the hero we deserve. Although it would certainly make Llanowar Elves unplayable. That was a really good draw. This game should be over. They also still have to win the game in 3.5 minutes, which seems not really doable. But your points. That's what you get for doubting, man. Imagine being a doubter. They could double Big Dude here, I guess, if they have that. Yeah, we won because we didn't draw Kaya. That's close. I have to cast it first, right? Because if I attack, they can block the 1/1, and then I only have 2 damage. So I actually do have to cast this first. I mean, I guess the other option was just not cast the case. But now they just can't block, right? Then they could flip this. Could have played Virtue instead. I don't know if that was better. Big Oofta redeemed a deck tech. What you got for me? What's up, Big Oofta? Sunken Walkers. This is a deck. Alright, Liliana's dead. We'll take a look after this. Although, if I had drawn Kaya, I could have killed the Hooting Mandrills. Hey, I won 2 matches with the first deck, alright? I'm just gonna throw that out there. We already won 2 matches today. Playing with house money. Tasigre. Alright, I cast Virtue. Deck. They're at 6. I could have put them to 2 and lost the token, but... Which I guess makes this lethal next turn. Maybe that was better. I don't know. I don't think it matters. I really don't think it matters. Yeah, that's fine. No, we're definitely not playing coin flips. Please, spare me. Spare me. I'm just going to do this. This. Alright, they have conceded from the game. Minus 13 minutes, by the way. We got a match! Alright, if you want to pay out the prediction, you can, Magical. No 05s today, folks. No 05s today. Alright. I keep this. We got 2 lands. Yeah, we'd be pretty doomed if those cards were too good. The format would not be in a good spot. I mean, they already gave us Grief and Fury, you know. Talk about free spells. Mox Amber is a well-designed Mox. I will say that. I like Mox Amber. Wait, I played the wrong land on turn 1. Why did I do that? In my head, I knew I had to play this, but for some reason, I just forgot. Alright, well, we weren't winning anyways. There's so much Lotus Field. I'm pretty excited to not play Pioneer again after this. There's so much Lotus Field today. Get me out of Lotus Field, hell. Just get me out of here. I don't like it here. Yeah, I want to go home. At this point, is it safe to unban Mox Opal? Absolutely not. I mean, I don't think so. I also really detest Lotus Field. The gameplay is just, I don't know, it's just not that great. Mm, I guess it is better to play Raise the Alarm here, because then if I don't draw a land, I can still get in 2 damage, or 1 damage, rather. You know, I'm really good at drawing a tap land. Now, we're 1 in 3, excuse me. Hello, we're 1 in 3. Get it right. Did you think I didn't win a match with this deck? But yes, it is Lotus Field in the 1-3 bracket. MTG Bot says that our opponent's 2 and 2, so they're not 1 and 3. They're doing a little bit better than we are. Scales jumps 2 tiers with Opal? Yes. I wonder if, like, Opal probably makes Hammer a lot better too. Which, Hammer is pretty bad right now, so, you know. What other decks is Opal good in? Scales, Hammer. I'm sure Affinity will, you know, would play it. / make a resurgence. We have close to lethal next turn. If there is a next turn, of course. Which there might not be. Scales, Hammer, Affinity. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that people would play it in. Probably not. Maybe some, like, Emery Urza decks. Yeah, Emery Urza would be good in. Asmo Cookbook. Yeah, sure. Asmo Cookbook Saga, that kind of stuff. Yeah. It would definitely be good in those decks. Okay. Needle. Duress. Damping Sphere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Submit. Is that so bad with all the artifact hate? Well, there's not as many Force of Vigors going around. Like, I haven't looked at a lot of the Rhino lists recently, but I'm pretty sure at some point, at least within the past couple of months, they were trimming really low on Force of Vigors. Now, I don't know if they're still doing that, but yeah, like, what's the reason to play Force of Vigor right now? There's less Hammer decks. I guess it's it just scales, really? It's really just scales, right? Teamers on 2. Yeah, but that's not that many, right? Yeah, Titan, I guess. Sure, it's good against Titan. Is there a lot of Titan still? I'll be honest, I haven't really looked at the modern metagame in a long time. I'm assuming it looks similar to what it did before. This out of here. Yeah, that's a good point. Although, see, Force of Vigor is not really good. If your opponent has Leyline plus Scion, Force of Vigor is not good against that start, because you can't kill both. Lockdown? Yeah, they're trying to cast Lockdown off Lotus Fields, which, that's not going to happen this game. Alright, Sanctum. What'd you draw over there? What did you draw? Show me your secrets. Show me your secrets. What if I just took both their impulses? Is that crazy? Bro, I got them from Mana Traders, which, by the way, I don't know if you know this, chat, but this stream is sponsored by Mana Traders, #ad. If you guys would like to take a look at renting your own Magic the Gathering online cards, you too can type !Mana Traders in the chat and get yourself a nice little discount on your first couple of months of rental services. Shout out to Mana Traders, by the way. My opponent in chat said XD kinda ugly. Are they calling me ugly? Or do you think they're referring to the mismatched Thoughtseizes? Probably the mismatched Thoughtseizes, right? Yeah, Lotus players be like. Every Lotus player ever. You didn't draw a Lotus Field, did you? You would tell me if you drew a Lotus Field, right? Okay. But they didn't want to sack the stage. I guess that makes sense. I'm just going to cast this, because even if they end up resolving Lockdown, I still get to flip this. Just not ideal, but it's still fine. I mean, I might hard guess that this game. I already got 5 mana, right? I could hard guess that. Raise the alarm in 2024? They said it couldn't be done. We calling some Emerias? I hope so. Well, I guess I don't hope so, because then if I'm calling Emeria, then I'm missing, or I'm getting flooded. So I guess ideally I don't want to be calling Emeria. We're definitely first fording. 7, they go to 10. Okay, that is massive, because now I can take the lockdown. Strings Omni. 3, 6. 3, 6, minus 2 is 4, plus 6 is 10. 10 mana, huh? It's a convenient number of mana to have. Just saying. 10 mana, you don't say. I mean, I could just take the lockdown and hope they brick. Yeah, but they get a draw step and a cycle, so they get 2 looks at finding a payoff. You know, they just won't find a payoff, though. It's fine. They will simply just not find a payoff. They can untap 2x. I know. I know they can cast Omniscience, but... Okay. Bottom. Bottom, please. If they top, I'm dead. Alright, bottom. So they probably cycle Vizier and try to find the payoff now. Alright, please brick. I need you to brick for, like, 2 more draw steps. I just had the read that they wouldn't find it, you know? Uh-oh, yo, chill. Yo, chill. Chill. Bro, we can talk about this. It doesn't have to be this way. It does not have to be this way. They made white mana. Why'd they make white? Sure. It's like kind of a payoff. They can impulse twice. 7, 10. I mean, Omni is only from their hand. So they can't, like, Omni and cast the impulses for free. No, because Omni doesn't work like that. Omni only lets you cast cards from your hand. So they can't, like, if they Omni, they can't play the Leaguer spells for free. We're definitely dead next turn. I mean, we might just be dead this turn. Chat, I love Lotus Field. Offer's still on the table, by the way. I'll read Kaya in full for 2 gifted. Just saying. You know, now that we have a little bit of time to just have this one-on-one chat, I would like to thank the sponsors of our stream. Cool Stuff Inc. If you guys want any cards for RCQs or any sort of tournaments that you got coming up, be sure to check out Cool Stuff Inc. and use promo code DOOM for 5% off your next order. Shout out to Moxfield. You can check all of the decks from this stream and every stream in the Moxfield link, ! Moxfield in the chat. And big shout out to Heavy Play as well. They got some really awesome products, some new innovative deck boxes with the magnetic system they use. Really cool stuff. Go check them out. Heavy Play. And those curve sleeves. Let me tell you about those curve sleeves. Will I be making a YouTube video of reading the Kaya for 2 gifted? That could be a YouTube short. Well, the thing about YouTube shorts is they're a lot of work for extremely little gain. Like they barely pay, you know. I might not be dead, but I'm not sticking around to find out. Fuck Lotus Field. Alright, thankfully we don't have to play Pioneer anymore. Alright, Eccles, if you're watching the VOD, and YouTube, if you're watching this as well, did not go so well. So, Leering Onlooker, as cool as it is, you know, the dream of discarding this to Liliana the Veil, and you have flashbacks of casting Lingering Souls from 2015, it's just not. This is not where it's at. Get this card out of here. Kaya, for the memes, again, I'll read it again for 2 gifted, but, you know, Kaya's not super great either, so those cards would probably get cut. I would like more copies of Virtues, and I would like maybe the 4th Liliana and potentially some copies of Gideon, Ally of Zendikar, and maybe a 3rd case as well. But kind of a tough league. Played against Lotus Field a bunch. Maybe need to sideboard more cards for that matchup. But other than the Outlookers and the Kayas, everything else was kind of cool. So if you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, YouTube. How much duelers do I have to bribe you with to play Civic on MTGA so we don't have to watch you stack 14 triggers holding priority?